Good morning, everyone. I wanted to do this video on assignment, process, and transition. It's a topic that tends to become obsolete. We shy away from it. We don't talk about it because sometimes we don't understand it. And some of us run from it because transition doesn't feel good, nor does processing. It's never meant to be a comfortable place. So, what I have to say, what was given to me to speak on this morning, as it relates to assignments, we must understand that nothing on the earth is forever. The Bible tells us that. I think it's in Matthew 6 where it says, don't lay up treasures in the earth where moths and dust may corrupt and thieves may break in. I think a lot of times we think that word treasure is referring to houses and cars, but actually that word treasure is referring to things that you lay dear to your heart. You must be very careful laying things on the earth close to your heart to the point where you cannot let it go, because there is an end to it all. There's an end. And I know that may sound crazy, but it is. It as easy as it came in, as easy it can leave. That doesn't make sense sometimes, but it's very true. So don't be careful laying up treasures in the earth that to the point where you cannot let them go, which flows over into the next part, transition process, because there are things that are you have been given as an assignment, and then we get so close to it to the point when it's time to transition and when it's time for the process, you can't let it go, which is another reason why a lot of you are stuck. You've been in a place for 30 years, 40 years, and you've done nothing outside of that, which is not really good because you've learned nothing else. You've mastered that one thing and that's it. You've mastered that and you don't move on. Like, what if God said, okay, you're going to be 20 years old today. All right. And you won't go to no other age. You just stay 20. And so 40 years, you've been 20. That doesn't make sense, right? So why does it make sense to do one thing for the rest of your life? That doesn't make sense. You're not moving. You're not learning anything new. And then the question lies, are you fulfilling your assignment on the earth? I'm not given one assignment. God has given me multiple assignments when he brought me in the earth. How do I know? Because he named me Susan. Then he turned around and made me a daughter. Then I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm a friend. I'm a niece. There's so many hats. So that's proof that he did not give me one assignment in the earth. I've been given multiple assignments. And once I complete a phase, then I move on to something else. But it was never meant for you to do one thing for the rest of your life. So those of you that are watching, I want you to know there's more to you than what you see. Uh, there's so much more to you than what you've been told. There's so much more to you than what you even know. All right. So, and then I notice a lot of times in the church, in workplaces, in families, because we don't understand someone else's assignment, we put our mouths on it. We talk bad about them. Even in the church, they won't speak to you in public because you left their church. So we have to get out of that. You have to understand assignments. These are not your people. They're God's people. That's first thing. Second thing is, no one is going to be with you forever. So if you're, especially pastors, if you're starting a church and you're looking for those same people to be in your church forever, that's the worst mentality to have. Your assignment is to help those people to come to a place where they can drink themselves, where they can come to the waters and drink themselves. That's your assignment, is to help them find God. And once you do that, then they must move on and do what you've taught them to do. Hello? That's the process. That's the assignment. And then transition comes in. Now, a lot of you are dealing with other transitions. You're stuck on starting new families or moving to another job, maybe relocating your place of stay, or maybe you're pondering upon what's next. And a lot of times transition doesn't feel good. It doesn't make sense, and no one understands it, but you and God. So the best thing to do is to speak to him, to the Father, and find out exactly what it is he's looking for you to do and act upon it accordingly. You must move. Why is it so important? Because life is a journey and God is always moving. He's always doing something. He's raising up somebody new all the time. And, I just don't want to get stuck and, and I'm still, in one place wondering what's next. And then a lot of you get what I call the stop sign. This is how you know when people are doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. They always get a stop sign. There's always a bump in the road everywhere they go. They move to go do something and bam. They go to do what's going on? Maybe you're not supposed to be doing that. I call it the stop sign, the red light. You must find out what you're supposed to be doing, because when you're doing something that's in the will of God, there's a flow. It's a freedom in that. So again, understand assignments, especially leaders, those that call themselves leaders. Understand assignments. Understand these people won't be here forever. You won't be in the same place. Even you, leader, must transition. Hello. That's why when I heard a story that came out, I believe it was the middle of this year, where a pastor, he was a Caucasian guy. He actually stated that he had completed being a pastor. And so many of you, maybe you're not watching, but there were a lot of people that bashed that guy. And I probably was the only person that applauded him, because so many of you will continue pastoring and doing something that God haven't told you to do. But here it is, a guy recognized his assignment had shifted. So you need to recognize when your time is up to do something else. Don't make sense, because religion teach you to be bound in a box and be stuck doing something forever. But the Bible says, well, the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. There's freedom in God. There's not bondage in God. There's not brokenness in God. Some of you shout every weekend and you bound. That's not freedom. The freedom of God comes in to liberate you. So anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What I wanted to talk about was the assignment, transitioning, process. Go with the flow. Go with what you're feeling God is telling you to do. Don't worry about nobody else. And you people, stop talking against what people are doing. Stop praying against them. That's witchcraft. Stop doing that. You don't understand their assignments, so don't you get in your prayer room praying against what they're doing. You stay out of it and allow God to develop them. All right. Allow God to process them. All right. The video is too long. I did not want to go for 8 minutes. I honestly want to do 1 minute, but it was impossible to talk about all of it. But God bless you all. Peace. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, because I know I am. For all of you that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, that's you. I'm not celebrating a turkey. I'm not celebrating pilgrims and Indians. I'm enjoying family. And most of all, I'm enjoying food. So go in peace. God bless you.